Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristin and I am here with my next May I Scraplift You. And this is day 7, Mel Davis. And there is her Instagram account number, or her Instagram information, Lord. And her layout, which is a lot of fun and reasonably simplistic in the aspect of it's not got like mixed media or anything like that. I have these 2 pictures from going out with my girlfriends to a Mexican restaurant, and I'm going to use the Buenos Dias Obed Marshall's Buenos Dias collection. And get all my words together, you all. Okay, now if you've watched the last couple of days, I finally have gotten my Obed Marshall stuff out again. I've been kind of shying away from pastels for some reason. I don't know, they're just not called my name maybe. But I have so much of Obed Marshall stuff. I mean, so much. Like, this is not all I have for Buenos Dias. I have an entire box at my feet. So lots and lots of things. But I'm going to try and get some of this stuff used up. So I have my papers, lots of embellishments, these 2 fun pictures, and this awesome layout by Mel. So let's see how this goes. So to me, this looks like it is a simple white background with just a bunch of tags and maybe some cut aparts, some pockets, different things like that, all laid around the layout. And I thought this was a perfect opportunity to use up some of this stash in this collection. All 3 of the Obed Marshall collections I have a ton of papers, a ton of embellishments, and a ton of ephemera. And I have got to get it used. So I thought this was a great way to use quite a few tags or these little journaly bits and things like that. So in my normal, I do not measure, I do not lay it out and decide how I'm going to do it. I just get started. So the first thing I put down is the Celebrate tag at the bottom, and I do ink around that with some black soot Distress Oxide, just because it's very similar to that orangey color in the back that I am using, that I pulled from the paper pad. So then I just start laying stuff down. Like that piece I just put down is a scrap that was left over. I put that down. And then I realized I guess I should try and figure out how big my pictures are going to be so I know, where to put things. I have no clue what I'm doing right now. Okay, looking for the paper. That's from the 6x8 paper pad. And I pull this tealy colored plaid off, and I'm going to use that now. I've said this at least once lately, and I'm going to say it again. Don't tell my best friend I'm using all this pink on a layout with her. She's the only one of 5 of us, so it's fine. Oh, bless it. So I just did a layout of her, I think yesterday, you all, seriously, and did not put a stitch of pink on it. And it was from an Obed Marshall collection. But there's just too much. I needed to use some things up, and she's just going to be okay with that. So I do bring in tons and tons of other colors, but I am adding some pink. And it's going to be fine. So I have 2 and 3 of some of these things because I loved this collection so much when I got it. And I still do, don't get me wrong, that every time I found it on clearance somewhere, I'd be like, oh, I need that. And then Peacecraft Love had some and they had put it on sale. And so I got it then. So I think I had the Buenos Dias collection 3 full times, almost 3 full rounds of it. Now, I originally started getting it because I love the colors, but it's also got a lot of Spanish, obviously. And I worked for a Spanish immersion school and thought I would use a lot of it for that. So then I bought the Fantastico and the Especial. And then I stopped enjoying pastels as much. So it's been sitting in their little containers. So the goal is to get it out and get it used. So I literally have bits and pieces of all 3 collections laying right next to me. So I don't normally mix them. They are separated, but I would love to get it to where I could put all of it in one container, or at least start narrowing it down to 2. Because right now it's in 3 big boxes and 3 ephemera boxes. So, you know. So, I have matted my pictures on that teal or aqua colored grid paper. And I'm going to put that down here. And I'm just putting things, you know, to where they kind of fit. There's no even spacing. There's no, you know, I'm not trying to make it all line up just right. I am literally just putting the things down. And this is my normal style. Like, this is how I scrapbook. So I'm going to move this picture a few times. I don't want a huge gap between the two pictures. So I'm going to end up pulling that up and moving it down a little. Sorry, had to get a drink of water, you all. My allergies are attacking and my throat is as dry as the Sahara Desert. Not that I've ever been there, but I'm assuming that it's a desert and it's dry. I had that little half circle. It was a leftover from something else I had done in the past, so I just tucked that in. And I'm looking for one more little bit to put here in this gap right next to the pictures. So these two pictures are, like I said, at a Mexican restaurant that me and my girlfriends from where I met all but one of these girls when I worked at my previous school. One of them, the one who doesn't like pink, who is in the middle of all of us in this picture at the top, I've known her for 30 years, so she's a different story. But the rest of them I met when I moved into the school system for the first time. And I have left that school, and so is the girl who's right next to me, closest to the left corner, has left the school. But we all stayed really close because we love each other very dearly. And so we try and get together at least once a month if we can. We've skipped, I think, February. I think we got together in December, January, March, now April. This was our March get together, and we had a lot of fun and had some margaritas. Now, one of these things does not look like the other in the drink picture because my best friend had water. The rest of us had margaritas. Now, I'm not much of a drinker, but it sounded really good, and they were half price at the time, so I had one. And then we ate so much food that there was no way that was ever going to stay in my system. Like I said, I'm not much of a drinker. I probably have a drink once a month, if that, and it's usually when I'm with these ladies or New Year's or something like that. So anyway, so I fill that void that was right there with a little phrase that just says incredible moments. We did have a whole lot of fun, laughed a whole lot. I mean, a whole lot. And then we went back to one of my friends' houses and played games for a while. So there will be another layout. I don't know if I'll record it, but there will be another layout that goes with this that will be us playing games at my friend Melissa's house. So I'm just adding some little bits and pieces here and there. Some of it is in English. Most of it's in English. Some of it's in Spanish. And I always research to make sure that whatever it says is fitting and appropriate. Not appropriate in general, but appropriate for like what I'm doing. Like, I don't want it to say something about my sweet baby love or something like that. And it's my best friends. So anyway, I do not have any pictures or stickers or embellishments of margaritas. In this collection, I'm sure that I do somewhere, but I decided I was going to just stick with what was in here. So I put those soda bottles next to the drinks, and that is fine. I will do journaling on the part that says memories, and if I need more space, there's that little floral bit down in the bottom corner. I can journal there as well. And that is it. I added some little stickers and embellishments. I covered all of my tag holes except for one, and I'm going to point that out here in just a second. I hope you will go check out Mel on Instagram. Her information will be listed below. And see, there's that little floral tag, does not have a tag cover. And I will end up putting something on there. I'll notice it as I'm going through. I love those girls. Y'all, I hope that you all have friends like this, that you can just get together and just talk and laugh and just de-stress. I just really hope you have at least one friend like that. Okay, see, I'm going to set it down and go, oops. So then I'm going to pull out the little enamel shapes, put a star on there, and be done. So like I said, I hope you'll check out everybody else who is hopping along and doing the May I Scraplift You this month. And I hope that you will go check out Mel. And other than that, I hope you'll come back and see me again really soon. I should be here every day this month. Have a great day and happy scrapping.